block dispute. Shareholders excited as Otedola becomes FBN Holdings chairman. Abductors flogged Ekiti school children, according to the proprietor. Away from that story, EFCC probing Nigeria air deal. This is Keyamo. So the red corner, Ekiti Obas, threatened to invoke Yoruba gods against kidnappers. And finally, from the Punch, Makinde gives companies with explosives 72-hour ultimatum. And some stories out of the Vanguard newspaper. The first one says Otedola takes over First Bank as chairman. Ekiti kidnap. Ondo Amotekun deploys 100 personnel, parades 31 suspects. Bandits kidnap 2 sisters in Abuja, demand 30 million naira ransom. EFCC investigating ex-minister Sirika over Nigeria air deal. Northwest governors rule out negotiation with terrorists. To the major story on the Vanguard this Thursday, CBN clamps down on banks, pegs trade assets in Forex. There are several riders to that story. Pegs NOP at 20% of shareholders' funds. Measure expected to boost liquidity. Banks' compliance may lead to Naira appreciation, according to analysts. Naira down to 1,490 to $1 appreciates in official market. Away from that major story, EFCC battles religious sect over 13 billion naira money laundering for terrorists. And finally, out of this one, EFCC launches fraud risk project. We go on our first commercial break of the morning. When we return, it will be time to dive into the analysis, so do stay with us.
Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
Be part of the moments to remember with AFCON 2023 on DSTV. Experience Africa's biggest football tournament with all 52 thrilling games live and in HD the way you like it. Enjoy expert commentary that will blow your mind.
It's a gorgeous finish. Super goal.
And the finest analysis to keep you in the game. Live your pride, passion and love for Africa's beautiful game from the 13th of Jan to the 11th of Feb on Supersport or anywhere on DSTV Stream.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right! The Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
Play with Betano at Africa's biggest football tournament and win with amazing offers. Use the promo code BETAFCON and get 1,000 naira free bet. Enjoy a 2 goals ahead offer, outright promotions and missions. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 200,000 naira. Betano.ng. The game starts now. Only for 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
It's great to have you back with us. 32 FM 94.9, about 80 minutes to 7 o'clock. We're delving into the analysis of the headlines now. My name is Kenny Turutilu.
And my name is DENIKE Adimwangu. Professor Olojadokun joins us this morning for the analysis of the papers. Good morning, Prof.
Top of the day to you.
All right, let's start off with this particular one. What do you make of the Senate summoning the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso? They want him to appear on Tuesday next week to talk about the state of the economy and free flow of naira at the forex market. Some people have said that they haven't felt Cardoso's impact in terms of a relief as the current CBN chairman, and some has gone as far as calling him clueless. Do we give him some time, or you might be disappointed as well? The naira has jumped to about 1,490 in some, would I say, black unofficial rates, 1,520 to a US dollar.
Well, it's quite clear that the trenches around the economy are quite deep, very deep, and they've been worsened over the past 8 years. So if you expect a magic from just Cardoso, because we're talking about fiscal, but also more importantly, monetary policy, well, as important. So I don't think the issue is the Cardoso. I think the issue is the fundamentals of the Nigerian economy. But again, you would have expected that Cardoso would do something different whilst the naira is plunging. And some people would say now is the difference that he's making, or what is brought about, which is asking the banks to sell all spare dollars that they might have and other directives. That is the game changer that might change and stem the tide. But I think the problem is with the fundamentals. The problem is with our economy, the way that it's been run, the debt overhang, the lack of productivity, the fact that we're dependent on imports for almost virtually everything. I think that's what's causing it and exacerbating it. But also, there's uncertainty, and there's been a lot of round tripping. What do I mean by that? There are a lot of people who are storing dollars, you understand? And what do they want to do? They want to speculate, and they want to make lots of money. And I give one example. A lot of people quarrel with me. They say, Lord Jadikan, you seem to travel quite a lot. That's what they say. Don't mind them. I said, but you're entitled to BTA. What is it? So why don't you get it at the official rate? And you understand? And then, you flog it and make extra money. Of course, I wouldn't do that, and I'm not going to. But a lot of people do it. And those are the causes of the weakness of the naira.
Now, still sticking with the CBN here, we hear there's a directive on excess FX assets. Basically, that's designed to stabilize the exchange rate. The CBN has ordered that any bank that has more foreign currency assets than liabilities to sell.
Yes.
What's your take on this move by the CBN to address all of that? We also hear, just let me wrap that up, that banks may sell over $5 billion there. What's the impact that inflow would have on the economy as a whole?
I think it's a profound move. I think it's the right thing to do. The question I also ask is, why are there are a lot of people in this country that have domiciliary accounts, keeping dollars and so on, when they don't need to. And those are the people I think should be explored also. So I think it's going to flood the market. But it's a question of demand. The reason why the dollar continues to rise is the scarcity of dollars. If it's scarce, then of course the prices are going to go up. But if the economy is awash with dollars and pounds, then of course, you understand, it's going to drop in terms of its price, in terms of its value. So I think Cardoso, a smart guy, I've always thought he was a smart guy when he was younger, and I hope he retained some of that smartness. It is the right decision. But time will tell whether it's going to stem the tide. I hope it does. It has to. You understand? Because it's getting crazy out there.
What other options are there now?
Well, the other options, I don't know what the other options. The other options are long-term, short-term. Increase your productive capacity. NNPC, well, it's now the central bank, begins to remit dollars. They haven't been remitting at all. You understand? We need more, more foreign direct investment. But all those things are not immediate. That's the problem. They are medium term, and it takes a while for that to percolate, to come through. It could take up to a year. Can many Nigerians wait up to a year? I doubt it.
All right. Also in the papers this morning, you might have seen this headline: INT'L is threatening to invoke Yoruba gods against kidnappers. Just quickly there, is it a case of, all methods towards finding a solution to the security crisis welcome now with that particular headline?
Well, it is very clear that the mystique surrounding Yoruba Obas, or some Yoruba Obas, has been, eviscerated. People, Obas are killed. We used to be told that Obas were next, into the gods. If you translate it in Yoruba, Igba something, 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 but you know what I mean. But it's clear that they're just as human as we are. You understand? Now they are threatening to invoke spiritual stuff. Well, I'm not going to go and test it. But if the kidnappers want to test, you understand, their will and test their strength and test the veracity of it, then it's up to the kidnappers. But I think any measure that would dissuade kidnapping, including metaphysical or spiritual, you understand, or threats of any kind that would dissuade them, Nigerians want it because it's getting out of hand, and of course the Obas want to play their part. And I'm sure that the church leaders, which I belong to, you understand, we also want to, intervene prayerfully so that people are protected. Because the kind of people that are being snatched are not people that can afford it. Right. They go and snatch somebody out there, and they're now telling him, to contact people to go and raise millions, So it's an unsustainable situation. But it tells you that policing edifice has collapsed. That the architecture, you understand, is not fit for purpose, and that this government needs to do something in terms of constitutional amendment so that we have policing that works, regional policing. Some say state policing. I prefer regional policing, but we need a new policing architecture. This is not working. Intelligence, you understand, they can gather it, and tracking, you understand, they're saying people should do it privately, tracking of phones and so on and so forth. So it's clear that there's a failure there.
Still speaking of Ekiti State, there's a report that Ondo Amotekun deploys 100 personnel to secure release of Ekiti pupils and teachers. And the Amotekun commander in the state, Chief Adetunji Adileye, said that the security outfit was acting on the order of the Ondo State Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, is announcing that Amotekun is coming after the kidnappers in Ekiti effective. Is it not giving them an avenue to shift base? Should this have been kept somewhat undercover?
Yeah, you'd have thought that operational details would have been kept secret, so that you catch these people by surprise. You catch them, you decimate them, and you root them out. Some people might say, you root them out. So I'm surprised that this is all on the pages of the newspaper. And I think we have to learn, you understand, that there's certain information you just don't give out for operational efficiency and for success from that point of view. It is good that they're going to be, chased and life made unbearable for them. But as you said, the forest is quite large. You understand? They can shift easily, and they know the terrain. I'm not sure that the security forces or the services, as the situation might be, know the terrain.
All right, you spoke about something of adjusting constitutions and here and there. There's a report out of the Premium Times that the reps have set a timeline for review of the 1999 constitution, and they're considering 40 bills, and the process is going to take a while. Specifically, December 2025 is the time they're looking at to conclude the activities of that particular committee. What's your thoughts on this one?
We can't wait till that, especially not for security and the welfare of the Nigerian people. We can't wait. Yes, I understand that they want to do an wholesale looking up areas that need amendment, which is the right thing to do. But there need to be some emergency moves, and maybe the executive needs to put them on the front burner. You see, the way they sometimes go about their duties, I begin to wonder, the priorities of the House of Reps, are they the priorities of the Nigerian people? Are they not feeling, are they not experiencing, what Nigerians are going through on a daily basis, the insecurity, the kidnapping, the maiming, you understand, the killings and such like?
All right, Mr. President, we here has ordered the AGF, Lupobori, to resolve the long-standing $1.3 billion oil block dispute. I understand that has... for 28 years, the block has been idle. It's been litigation upon litigation, as regard to that one. We've even incurred £70 million debt in the process. This is an oil block that should be adding value to our economy, but here we are, and it seems it's taking so much.
Yes, it's taking so much, and of course, that's, a very sad and very sorry tale. Let's hope that they can settle this once and for all, and that at least it becomes productive. You see, the problem we are having is that even though we have a lot of reserves, we are not able to produce our quota. And when you're not able to produce your quota, you can't make as much money as you should make. And therefore, your budget deficit becomes enlarged, deepens. And that's part of the problem. So if this is resolved and is resolved amicably, it means we can increase our productive capacity. We have more to export rather than falling short every month.
All right, let's take this story. EFCC investigating ex-minister Sirika over Nigeria air deal. This is coming from the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, Festus Keyamo. The national carrier was unveiled by Sirika just 3 days before the end of the former president's M. Buhari's administration and was met with some controversy. Festus, however, said that there's a criminal investigation going on. And if you recall, the aircraft was reportedly returned to Ethiopian Airlines after the unveiling on the last day of the Buhari administration in May of 2023. It's the same way that they rushed the censor situation. What do you think was at play? And what do you think the last minute razzmatazz was? And shouldn't the principal of these respective ministers that have been called to probes here and there in the person of Muhammadu Buhari feel the heat too?
Well, the buck stops with the president. It's obvious, Adenike, that this was a gimmick. You understand? It was some gimmick. There was never any substance to it. And of course, it is right that it be investigated, whether a crime has been committed or not. Because what was that about? They painted this airline just for a day or two, and they returned it back to base. Why is it so? Why are we so desperate that we must have an airline? You understand? When we should be boosting private sector and supporting the private sector. I think that desperation, you understand, was something which led them to actually incur all sorts of activities that they shouldn't have incurred. Having said that, we don't know exactly whether it was criminal or whether it was just simply reckless.
All right, let's come southwest to your state. Governor Makinde is putting measures to prevent the recurrence of that dastardly Ibadan explosion. The governor has signed into law Executive Order 001 of 2024 on the safe handling and storage of harmful substances in the state. Prof, what's your reaction to some of the post-explosion efforts, some of the measures being put in place by the governor?
I haven't read the executive order, but it's welcome. Any move that is being made is welcome. I think that's the right thing to do. I think Oyo State needs to be secure. Ibadan needs to be secure, better protected. But I will go further and ask the governor also to look, and I'm sure there are things going on behind the scene because I know people are involved, that they should look at ways to continue to further support, you understand, the victims. Not just materially and financially, but also, medically and so on and so forth. I know the government has announced a number of measures, right, but they should keep watch. They should monitor to see the effectiveness of these measures and ensure that people are rehabilitated. And then there should be a kind of law guarding, protecting landlord associations. That when landlord associations decide, to take the arbitrary step, people may consider to stop some people from coming in or taking rent or whatever the case might be, then they will be backed up by the law. Because if there's a law sort of backing landlords, you understand, especially when there's a threat to security of the people, then maybe this sort of situation would have been prevented and they wouldn't have been considered to be meddlesome interlopers.
Just to give some perspective to what the executive order, just a bit of details there. We hear there's a 72-hour ultimatum to anyone in possession of any kind of explosives. Now, possession without declaration is now considered a criminal offense.
Yes, I think that's the right thing to do. It becomes a strict liability offense. In other words, even if you didn't intend evil, the mere fact that you failed to declare it means you've committed a crime. And I think the onus has to be put on them because so much lives have been lost, so much property has been lost also, and of course there's so much trauma still being experienced.
All right, the chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, has revealed that the anti-graft agency traced a sum of 7 billion naira suspected to be proceeds of money laundering to a religious organization. He said another religious group was found to be laundering money for terrorists. And, of course, the religious organization sector and bodies in the country, some of them have been found to be aiding and abetting fraudsters and terrorists. Do you think that there should be some naming, although the names weren't mentioned, do you think that there should be some naming and, if possible, shaming?
Well, if they are sure of their facts, then of course the shame and the naming have to go pari passu. They have to go together. Let's know these so-called people so that people, you understand, can be aware. There's no point having criminals, you understand, masquerading, you understand, as religious zealots, and nobody knows anything about it. People still continue to give to them, people continue to serve them. I think they need to be exposed. Of course, some would argue that no court of law has convicted them or established those facts. But yes, if there's a prima facie case, you understand, let the court of law do its business. But in the meantime, let people shy away, you understand. And some will argue innocent to proven guilty. I agree. But let, in their innocence, you understand, let people stay away from them. And once it's established they're completely innocent, then of course they'll be given a clean bill of health. Because we are in a state of emergency, really. Not state of emergency in that sense, but at least in terms of terrorism, in terms of our security, in terms of kidnapping and all the lot.
Prof, let's speak to the national image of the country right now. The president has spoken about that, the stereotyping of Nigerians over cyber crimes. He says the association of internet crimes with the entire Nigerian populace lacks statistical evidence. You look at this and you ask yourself, what role has years of inept governance, corruption played in, this image? Some would suggest that some of our leaders have done damage to the country's image. Even more than some of these cyber criminals.
Yes, well, some might suggest that, but do they really have any proof other than innuendos? The reality of it is that a few Nigerians have been involved in 419. 419 has become popular. 419 is part of the criminal code. And a few Nigerians have been involved. You have to also look at the size and the population of Nigeria. We have 222 million. 1 in every 5 black person, you understand, is a Nigerian. You understand? We are the most populous African country in the world. Therefore, if black men commit crime, you understand that the chances of it maybe being a Nigerian are higher. We are not more criminal than any other country. But of course, our leaders have not helped us because there are all kinds of allegations. And when I talk about our leaders, I'm not just talking about Mr. President before people say, oh, he's going against him. Well, I'm talking about our leaders, local government leaders, governors, ministers, people that are head of parastatals. They themselves have questions to answer. And it's because of their lifestyle and what they themselves have been involved in that this kind of stereotype continues to stick.
All right, we go on another commercial break. When we return, we open the phone lines to take your reactions on the breakdown. Do stay with us.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM 94.9, the antidote to depression.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release, BAM, on the pack. Is it the same Milo?
No, this one is new and improved. The supports energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy they need to go to school.
Ah, I like this one.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Techno Spark 20.
That's right! The Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Techno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Techno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
Be part of the moments to remember with AFCON 2023 on DSTV. Experience Africa's biggest football tournament with all 52 thrilling games live and in HD the way you like it. Enjoy expert commentary that will blow your mind.
It's a gorgeous finish. Super goal.
And the finest analysis to keep you in the game. Live your pride, passion and love for Africa's beautiful game from the 13th of Jan to the 11th of Feb on Supersport or anywhere on DSTV Stream.
32 FM 94.9.
It's great to have you back with us. The Papers Review, 32 FM 94.9. It's time to take your reactions to the headlines. 0705 5,949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
I'm from the UI.
All right.
reaction to the kidnapping and killings of our Oba community, and the Oba threatening to invoke God. The supporting them. Why are they waiting for anything? They should invoke whatever they want to invoke on the kidnapper, the sponsor, and those who arrest them and hand them to police without eliminating them immediately. When you bring kidnapper, I'm disappointed in those that they arrested yesterday and you are parading them, eliminate them sharp. Those are the best of today.
0705 5000 949 and 0829 7000 949. We have a couple of comments on Facebook. Raja Fiz says, good morning, Kenny, DENIKE, and analyst in the studio. On the issue of kidnapping epidemic, honestly, it's a mess to this country which federal government needs to address. Federal government should engage youths in security outfit like Peace Corps of Nigeria, since federal government is not ready to welcome state police. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please turn down the volume on your radio.
Yes, I've off the radio.
All right.
My name is Chief A. Owaluko. You know the problem we are facing? Our leaders, hello?
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you. Just go ahead.
Our leaders that are in control of Nigeria fail to take the oath of allegiance. That is the problem we are facing. Oh. That's why many people are agitating that the military regime is the best. Because they value the oath. They respect the flag of Nigeria. If our leaders can take oath of allegiance, all these politicians, before you are in the office, not that we continue to blame our Baba, Tinubu is Baba, is old, is this. You that is not old, you youth that are appointed in a place, what are you doing? What orientation have you?
All right. Thank you, Dad. Prof, you want to react to that one? Oath of allegiance. I mean, our leaders are sworn in. Isn't that enough?
Yes, they take oath of allegiance like any other person. I don't think it's about whether it's military or whether it's civilian. I just think, basically, there's just something around lack of accountability. And we don't hold our leaders to account most of the time. That's my own view.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Shola from Iwood.
All right.
Hello?
Go ahead. We can hear you, Shola. Go ahead.
Yes. The analyst, he said the 8 years of the Buhari administration has worsened everything. But in May 29, 2023, dollar was not even 200 naira. Petrol was not 200 naira. Price was not 30,000. It's now going to 70,000. And you 8 years of, that's how they said, EDP 15 years of administration before this Buhari came. And you know what happened? They knew all this before they took the administration, before they came. They knew all this. They knew the economy was so bad. Why did they come? Thank you.
Let I just respond to that.
Hello, please hold. Hello, good morning.
I lost that one. Prof, go ahead.
Okay.
The fundamentals of the economy were already bad. Of course, there's a time lag before things get worse. So the fact that things were of a certain amount or certain price didn't mean that the rot wasn't there. The rot was there. So yes, this government has some responsibility, but you can't blame it entirely on this government.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please turn down the volume on your radio.
Okay. Sorry, let me come back. Sorry.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello,
Please
good morning.
turn down the volume on your radio. Hello? Okay. We have some comments on Facebook. Balkis on Oduron says the security situation in Nigeria goes beyond mere deployment of Amotekun operatives. These people need to be trained and allowed to carry sophisticated weapons because those they want to combat are heavily guarded with lethal weapons. Now that our son is the president, the southwestern governors should make it a priority to see him and let the act of empowering our local security outfit become a law. After all, those in the north carry guns. For Amotekun to perform optimally, they'll stop using Dane guns and sticks. 0705 500949 and 0829 7949. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right. Dokedi Ramabatunde says for dollar to crash, let the government look at those with domiciliary accounts through the banks. Hope the bank's executives will cooperate with government. Let them examine transactions in such accounts and cause people to explain, including those in government circle. If they just amass the foreign exchange without concrete business activities, then an action should be taken. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm John. Good John Jacobs. Thank you, Professor. The EFCC chairman equally said yesterday that the religious organization has gone to court, urging the court to stop EFCC from investigating that body. He was equally urging Nigerians to support EFCC instead of appealing to the judiciary to reject that request from that organization. Every Nigerian or organization can approach the court for relief, but it is the duty of the court to consider the interests of the nation first. And I'm able to say this, that it would be wrong if that court can accept that offer from that religious organization. They are barring EFCC from investigating. It is the duty of any security organization to investigate and prosecute any suspected offender. If that person is found guilty, he has option to appeal to the court. To appeal. That is the constitutional existence of appeal to court. And not for that court to either debar or bar EFCC from doing its work. But we need to see the extent how that matter is going to go in the court. John News and Jeffrey Manning, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sulaiman Sharif calling from Manara. So happy new month to everyone over there.
Happy New Month.
Regarding to insecurity that's very ravaging, even rampant across Nigeria, so it is time for the federal government to do the needful, because what we are facing now is getting out of hand, and so obvious that the security architecture of this country was totally over, even capitulated by the unknown government, bandit or red terrorists. So it is time for the governor, governor in all the diocese states, and the Mr. President to work out in hand and create a state police. That is the best way to go, because every crime is local. So if each state have their own state police and some governors they have to monitoring on it, they're able to do the needful, to do the necessary things about the lives and property of their own citizens. But without that, they keep deceiving ourselves. That's my own take this morning. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning, Kenny.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Prof, good morning. This is okay. I think the traditional, they should invoke these gods. They don't need to threaten those people, for God's sake. They should. Probably that will help. They should stop all this and will invoke this and that. I think they should just go ahead and let's do. Probably that will also sort it. And Prof, I have this problem with the security agencies. And I do not know why they have to announce what they want to do. I don't really understand. I don't know. I don't really know. But I think they should. This issue should be after you have done your, then you make an announcement. Probably they are trying to show off that they are doing something. This is okay. Money.
All right, thank you very much. The phone lines once again 0705 500949 and 0809 7949. Okay, do you remember Batunde says any kidnapper caught and once established should be killed right in front of his or family house before some lawyers will be looking for relevant laws to set them free. You want to react to that?
Well, that's an unfortunate statement, really, because everybody's innocent until a judge guilty. What if it's the twin brother of someone? You kill him. You've killed the wrong person. Right. So we need to be very careful in advocating that way forward.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, do try and call back 0705 500949 0809 7949. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir. What's your name?
Hello. Good morning. My name is Abaki Shobulo.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes, from the Kota in Ibadan here.
All right.
You see, the news we had recently about the killing of Obas, especially in Ondo State and Ekiti State, it is disgusting. It's disgusting even to Yoruba culture. That an Oba can just be brought down like that by terrorists, or what do you call them? And the news which we had this morning that Ondo State is deploying a second to secure the fish out the bandits there. It's rubbish. when you want to do something, you keep it secret. You don't make use of press to let them know where you are going, the angle you are about to come out. It's rubbish. They should keep it secret. They shouldn't allow them to let them know what they wanted to do until they are caught unaware.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Luke from LA. You see, this issue of kidnapping. Some of our security agents are guilty. A friend of mine, or rather one of my colleagues, was returning from Paracourt to Abuja. And near Obulafo, he said they were attacked. But at the end of the day, he said from where they were attacked and the roadblock where we have security men, it is not far that they will be able to see how they are being attacked. And even the security those kidnappers as they were going, they were shooting. That even the the smoke from their gun, if those security men had faced them, they would have caught up with them. So I think I will advise the government, we make a law. Anybody that is arrested with any of this, whether army or police or security, NLCD or what, and is caught with this thing, should be fired. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Squeeze in one last call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
All
right, go ahead, quickly.
The last caller saying that when they arrest a kidnapper, they do something. What you decide, my personal opinion, what of the side of the government of the day? Go and watch a video of Bambi celebrating Matawali, Minister of Defense. Say Matawali, they were happy. Who is that Matawali? To kidnappers. My brother, just God, let's hand over this to the hand of God.
All right,
it's time for us to go.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your takes on the stories this morning. Appreciate you, sir. My name is Kenny Durotilu. Good morning.
And my name is DENIKE Adimoagun. The Smart Kids Show is up next.